And welcome to Incredibly, your favorite show about superheroes. My name is Dennis. I am your superhero host, and I'm here with Joey.
Yeah.
And I'm here with Uchi.
Here.
Let's party. So, Marvel needs people to be excited about the MCU again. So last night, during one of the biggest nights in America, Super Bowl Sunday, Marvel dropped one of the most anticipated movie trailers of the year, the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. Will this movie get people excited about superhero movies again? Or will Disney fumble just like the 49ers did last night?
Oh, damn.
Let's talk about it. Joey, what were your thoughts? Like, what happened? Were you watching the game? Were you on the Twitter feed? How did you see or hear about this trailer first?
I don't watch football. Not a big fan of Taylor Swift either, so I had like no reason to watch the game this year. Outside of, I do love Andy Reid. I've been a fan of Andy Reid since he was the Eagles head coach.
Bro, let me cut you off real quick because
could not care about Taylor.
I was ready for this because as soon as I saw him go, he did a thumbnail pose. I was like, oh, Joey's about to get cooked. I already knew.
We maybe don't have to apologize for the 49ers comment that we did, little low blow. They're used to banter. But to the Swifties.
Yeah, Swifties going to come after us. Sorry, guys.
We love you.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Well, so, but I'm a big Andy Reid fan, as I said, because, he's the Eagles head coach for a long time, big Birds fan. But the only reason I was going to watch the game was for this trailer. But I found out that the trailer, somebody had tweeted the trailer was dropping between like 6 and 6:40. So I was like, okay, well, let me just hang out on Twitter for like 40 minutes. Saw the trailer. Super excited. It actually blew away all my expectations because Zach Levy. Sean? Zach? Who the hell is Zach? Sean Levy. Awesome director. Was very excited to see what he was going to be able to cook. And boy, did they fucking cook in this trailer. There was some cinematography, like some of the shots. Well, I'm sure we'll get into it. Some of the shots with Deadpool reloading. Just some of the incredible scenes that we saw in this, throwbacks to old movies, throwbacks to the original Deadpool movies, cameo appearances out the wazoo. Pegging was mentioned on national television, which is really cool. And so
great. He looked at the camera when he said that as well, which is awesome.
Yes, and then mentioned Disney in the same breath. So absolutely wonderful. All in all, I was very, very happy with this trailer. It felt like the R rating was coming through, like we had talked about that we really wanted. I'm really ready for Marvel Jesus to make his debut.
There it is.
Here later this year.
To bless us, Marvel Jesus.
Yes, can't wait.
Uchi, what were your thoughts? How did you see the trailer? Were you watching the game? Or what was your night like?
Nah, I was working, so like there was absolutely zero chance for me to watch the Super Bowl. The funny thing is, a customer that I encountered literally was just like, "Hope you get back home in time for the Super Bowl." I was like, "Oh, that's today, right?" Ooh. So yeah, I had no idea until the day of. So I'm like, okay, like to me, it's just the commercial bowl, and
right.
I'm hopeful that I'm hopeful I don't hurt too many people's feelings, but I mean, it's just like, I've never been a fan of football, but ever since like I learned that commercials that, are supposed to hype up something that's coming at another point in time later on, that's what I would tune in for. And I'm sure millions of other people do the same thing. Right. But yeah, I didn't see it during then. I actually saw it today, when I actually had a chance to record my reaction for it. So at the time that this comes out, I don't think my reaction will be out yet because, I mean, unless it gets snowed in, then maybe I'll get a chance to like put it together and whatnot. But I don't understand why, this is a side note, I don't understand why they call it a teaser. It's like 2 minutes. Like, shouldn't a teaser
Literally
be like 30 seconds? Yeah. Like, we are now in an age where teasers are just trailers. Trailers are just the movies, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just give away way too much. I don't know. But I thought that it was perfect. They gave us just enough. They didn't give away too much. However, I did see one of those videos that like talk about all the Easter eggs and everything like that. And it did a very good job, actually. They were like kind of giving you a little recap of like Deadpool 1 and 2, and then
Oh wow.
going through like, bit by bit, like what each little like scene and what it had and what it was showing off. And a lot of the obvious stuff was there. Like you obviously saw the one part where he's in the TVA. I mean, that's a huge one. He's in the fucking TVA. Like that is amazing. Like
Crazy.
it makes so much sense. I'm so happy that this is even happening. And I just know that 100% of the way this movie is going to be my best, but I'm sure it's gonna be like up there in people's top fives for sure for 2024. Like it's gonna be so much fun, and I truly can't wait to see it. So I'm looking forward to editing that reaction. But it was awesome. I can't wait. I can't say it enough.
Yeah, so really quickly, I'm kind of the same way with the Super Bowl. I'm not really into football. I think I was much younger growing up in just well, I didn't grow up in Northern Virginia, but I moved to Northern Virginia for like some of my like high school and in those early years. So like that was a very big like football town with the Redskins at the time, who are now like the Commanders, I think, and the
Yep.
Cowboys, that big rivalry. So but yeah, I too look for the commercials. I try to have fun, and as a fan of movies in general, we usually get like really great trailers. Like Twister was one that came out last night. So like a bunch of other ones, and so yeah, I also saw the little. So there was like a teaser during the game, and then a message of go out and see the trailer, and then that's when Joey, I think, sent the text. Um,
Oh yeah.
so it was a bit weird. I'm like, so which one's the teaser? Which one's the trailer? Because I think
Yeah.
you had it backwards, or yeah, or whatever. Maybe you did have it right, but the wording was a little bit strange. I also did not see the full trailer teaser until this morning. I was thinking about not seeing it just because like my mind goes crazy the whole day. I'll think about this and I'll think about that. And when I'm supposed to be working, I don't. I'm like looking things up. So yeah, I'm excited, but you did bring up the TVA, so let's start there. My biggest question is, does this movie take place before Loki season 2 or after
That's a good
Loki season
question.
2? What do you think, Joey?
I'm gonna say it takes place after, and that this is a recovery effort by the TVA to right some of the wrongs of
Yes.
He Who Remains.
Okay.
I think that they're going to use Deadpool as a way to not only stop some of the incursions that are happening, but potentially to stop variant Deadpools
Oh.
from going around and wrecking havoc within the MCU. So yeah, it's definitely going to take place post Loki season 2, but I don't think you'll need to have watched both seasons in order to understand the plot of
Okay.
what's going on. Um, I think I know people have a big fear of that. One, everybody kind of already watched Loki because
Yeah.
it's an incredible season. It's an incredible show,
Fire.
regardless of if you're a Marvel fan or not.
You should if you
Um,
didn't.
yeah,
Mhm.
and if you're listening
100%.
to this and you didn't watch it, stop, pause right now. We'll wait. All right, now we can talk about it, and now you know.
And
So
watch our reviews too.
yeah, go watch
Uh,
our reviews, especially. So I think it's not going to be you're just not going to need to watch it, but it'll help. But it's definitely going to take place after season 2, because I think that this is really like what's going to transpire because of what Loki did,
Yeah.
and I think we've already seen some of those rumblings happening, like in No Way Home. I definitely think, I don't know if it happened exactly timeline wise before that, but in my head canon, it's definitely an event that happened afterwards, because we hear talk about incursions and everything like that. So coming after, I'm excited to see like all the Deadpool variants, all the Wolverine variants. I was just excited for X-Men finally to be here.
Oh.
Okay. So that's kind of what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's after the events. I guess we'll see. One thing that stood out to me, speaking of Wolverine, I've mentioned this before. We can go back and listen to some old episodes, but I mentioned X-Men versus Avengers. And I think
Yes.
it's gonna happen. So Man, if that happens, that's going to be way better than Secret Wars, in my opinion. To start, we can get Secret Wars later on, but first, if you give us X-Men versus Avengers, that would be just wild. Like comic book fans would go crazy because it's such a fantastic story and just like a big event. Uchi will go nuts because like the more X-Men he gets for a certain period of time, the better. So I don't know. What do you think, Uchi? Are you ready for that? I don't know if you're ready for that. You might, I don't know. You might need a new chair after the announcement comes out.
Remember that one joke I said that you loved where it's like, they're going to need a new box office?
Yeah.
Yes. That is literally what we're getting ourselves ready for. Now, I'm glad you brought it up because this is a beautiful transition to what I want to say is that I feel like Secret Wars will still happen because from what I know, that happens in Secret Wars, there's a certain doctor
Let's go.
that is involved.
Thugonomics.
Not John Cena, all right, but Word Life.
Right?
You're right. But there's part of the teasers and or part of the Easter eggs, excuse me, was when he's laying down and talking about Deadpool, and he's like before he gets approached by Wolverine, you can literally see the Secret Wars comic that he is on the cover of, and I'm talking about Doctor Doom.
Secret Wars
yeah.
number 5.
Yes, so so when I peeped that, I was like, yeah. Now, honestly, that could just be like a little throwaway thing, but who knows because it's Deadpool, so the potential is limitless. But I feel like what's going to end up happening is Secret Wars is still going to happen, but the movie that used to be known as Kang Dynasty, that's where we get AVX 100%. Avengers versus X-Men is, I think, what will be like the next humongous like blockbuster hit. And I'm sure like Secret Wars will be like OD, but that's the one that's going to really start setting things off. And because we've been getting these small glimpses of X-Men, we getting little tastes here and there. We got Professor X in the original yellow chair. We got Beast in the coat. We have Hugh in the freaking yellow and blue for the first time. It's like very indicative that the animated series is happening in real life for the MCU. And it just makes way more sense when you even factor in that X-Men 97 is also happening this year. So who's to say Deadpool doesn't make some sort of crossover into that and just further the sauce here? But I'm super excited. And yes, I'm pretty sure that that's kind of what we're, building towards because, like honestly, I feel like this movie is so like highly anticipated right now that I feel like everyone's not even going to worry about this Kang situation anymore. Like officially, like we're just so past that. Exactly, like whatever happens from this point onward, like there's a reason why Marvel Studios is only releasing one movie this year. Deadpool 3, which is not even called Deadpool 3 anymore. It's called Deadpool and Wolverine. Right. They're trying to make sure everybody's going to go see this shit. No questions, only one answer. Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be OD, and I can't wait.
I love the name change because how could you leave out the name Wolverine from the movie title? It's genius. I actually saw the movie poster this morning as well. It was like a white poster with a broken heart, like a friendship heart. Bro, like what? Yeah. That's so crazy. Like I love that. I love that direction. I hope you're right, man. I hope we get this Avengers versus X-Men.
Dude, we're getting AVX, bro. It's happening.
Oh, that would be amazing. And speaking of Wolverine, different versions. In the teaser trailer, we see Wolverine in a white suit, which is Wolverine Patch. Yes. Which is kind of like an undercover small issue, maybe 5-6 issues of Wolverine. Ooh, so good. He is so handsome. I'm ready. Marry me, Wolverine. Joy, what's running through your mind?
I'm thinking of the implications of having Doom come in and maybe the Secret Wars happening. I think that going off of what Uch had said, that AVX is not going to happen until after Secret Wars, but that Secret Wars is going to be its own saga where it's going to be Battle World, and then on Battle World, then we're going to have AVX, and we're going to have all these incursions happening and everything coming together to this massive, where they bring back RDJ and they bring back Cap and they bring back everybody for one final battle before they blow it all up and reset. That's what I want to see. So a lot can happen. The teaser for Doctor Doom was huge, even though so small. You know, they purposefully chose that shot, right, to get people talking, to get hype generated. They purposefully chose not to have a lot of Wolverine in it, just so people are more excited for when he really gets to show up in it, right? So they were so smart with how they did this. And I don't know if you guys know, but going into the trailer making season, they had only shot about 40% of the movie by the time that this trailer was being made because of the strikes.
Right. Okay.
And so really everything that we saw in the trailer is pretty much only the first half of the movie. So we don't even know what else we're getting, which thank God. I'm so happy that the movie wasn't spoiled for us, right? Unlike every other movie that's coming out. So we got the base understanding that we're going to see TVA. We're going to see the collapse of 20th Century Fox at the end of time, probably. Alioth is there. Evil TVA agents. Who knows what else we're going to see? Pegging eventually, probably.
Yo, no, please, not that.
We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of what's running through my mind, because it really feels like they are leaning into the meta-ness of Deadpool and are going to say, okay, these are the things you don't like about Marvel. These are the things you don't like about Sony, or maybe not Sony. These are the things you don't like about Fox. Deadpool's here to rectify that. He's going to fix it. Let's see what we can do. And I think it's going to kind of have that same meta commentary that She-Hulk did, but I think they're going to play it better because people really like Deadpool, unfortunately, for She-Hulk. So people are going to be like more willing to accept him talking down on them or degrading them or whatever it is, kind of like how She-Hulk did. And so I'm excited for Deadpool to come in and either kill the Marvel Universe or save the Marvel Universe. It's probably gonna be a mixture of both.
Wow, right. That's nice.
Speaking of the TVA, I also saw in that trailer, I saw the guy from Succession. His name is Matthew Mafadden, and he plays Tom. Yeah, close enough. He plays Tom in Succession, which is like an amazing series on HBO. And one thing that I was thinking about seeing Matthew, like I think he's gonna play Paradox from what I understand. Which, speaking of She-Hulk, that's I think where he comes from. So he's amazing. He's a great actor. And one thing that stands out to me about him as an actor is that in Succession, he plays alongside another interesting character named Cousin Greg. He's silly, he's goofy, a little bit dumb. I'm not saying that Deadpool is dumb, but Deadpool is definitely on the witty, kind of jokey kind of side of things. And I just feel like that banter between the two is going to be, this will be a prediction. I think that's going to be like a really good, interesting part of the movie, because I can see him going like back and forth with Ryan as Deadpool. So that's one part that excites me. If you haven't seen Succession, it's a really, really great show. It's basically Game of Thrones in a modern New York company or whatever. Okay. But it's crazy. Joey, I don't know. Have you seen that show before?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard everybody and their brother talk about it. It's like probably one of the best, most recent TV shows to come out in a long, long time. So I know people are like raving about it every time that I hear about it.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, so one more thing with the TVA. In the trailer, there was a scene where he's blowing a candle, right? And so what usually happens in trailers like this, it's usually they're trying to give a metaphor of making a wish.
Yes.
So my bigger question is, what is the wish? And so is the wish that this movie didn't exist in the ecosystem of Marvel and Disney? Or is the wish that Deadpool always had is like he wants to know how he gets into the MCU?
And that's it right there. Yeah, that's the wish.
So, I'm super pumped. There was just like little bits of the trailers that really stood out to me, like the making a wish. All his friends are there. and
The
there was a
wig.
second one. The wig. That was so good.
That was awesome.
That was so good. And for a moment there, I thought I saw Doctor Doom in one of the clips towards the end, just kind of hanging around right before like this like fan looking thing pops up on the screen. I don't think it was Doctor Doom for sure, but I don't think they would do that. That's a little bit too much, a
Right.
little too soon.
Yeah.
But for a moment, like my heart was like, wait, what was that? So I had to rewatch it again. But yeah, I'm excited. What do you think about this? Like this concept of him making a wish to finally be in the MCU, but usually there's a sacrifice. So maybe we're getting into the predictions. What do you guys think the sacrifice might be?
Okay, well, this is a heavy question because there's like so many things that could happen, but I feel like this is exactly what the movie's going to be built around, is that him wishing that he wants to be in the MCU. And they kind of like tease this when he had that little like one shot thing with Korg. I don't even
Yes.
remember what it was for.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Was it the
Yeah.
drink?
It was some like, I don't even know if it was a commercial or something, but like it was on Instagram like
Mhm.
years
Yeah.
ago. Like, so that was like the first like little, I guess, tease of like, yeah, Deadpool's like, obviously he's MCU, he got bought out or bought in, I guess, right? But him wanting to be a part of the MCU is literally the premise of the film. Him being in the TVA is probably the perfect way to even have that idea come to life. Now, when you pay attention to all of the things that are happening in the trailer, it does look like he's quite literally going to be going on like a time traveling adventure
Right.
through several different moments that we've seen in other like MCU related films, as well as the X-Men stuff. Because if we're going to believe that like the end of time, which is basically just like a like limbo, like dumping ground for whatever the heck they want to throw in there, it seems like there's an idea that a lot of these like films that have happened, like all the X-Men stuff, the Fox stuff, it's almost as if like they got pruned to end up
Yes.
there. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
No.
So
Yes.
that's what's gonna make this movie like not even arguably like one of the best movies of all time, because it's gonna tie so many like knots, and it can literally create itself into being like whatever it wants to be. And as a result, it's going to be amazing because
Mhm.
we're just going to enjoy the ride. And it's almost as if like as long as Deadpool exists, they can like Marvel Studios can make whatever fumbles they want. Deadpool will just rectify it like in some stupid way, and everyone will accept it because it's Deadpool.
The god
And
of fumbles.
he is the dude. The way they did in the trailer, I am Marvel Jesus. That's
Right.
true. That's facts. Like that. I can't wait for that shit to be on a t-shirt. I can't wait.
Oh, it's
Like,
coming soon.
like imagine him with the suit, Jesus hair wig. You know what I'm saying? With the
It's probably already
robe.
on Etsy.
Probably,
Right.
yeah. Probably everyone's quick with that shit, but I don't know. Like there's so many things that could happen. There's a lot of implications. And like we said before here on Incredibly, that this is gonna be like the Fox Endgame, where it's like
Right.
they're gonna have their big moment, and all the actors from all the Fox movies are gonna come into this. I can't wait. Like this
Same.
is my number one most anticipated thing of all year. 100%.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. I think I told you guys, like, I'm definitely buying 2 tickets, like, the day that it goes on sale, one night of, and then most likely the next day.
Right,
'Cause
right.
it's just gonna be on my mind. I can already tell. And of course, I wouldn't be who I am without any concerns of complications such as the TVA, which is a lot. It's very heavy. And so, but maybe they'll figure out a way to just simplify it very quickly. And for those of you who haven't seen it, definitely go see it, or Loki season 1 and 2.
Right.
Or probably just season 2. You'll be all right. And So there's little concerns about that, but other than that, there was a quote that stood out to me. I wrote it down. He said, "Your Marvel universe is going to change forever." So something along those lines. Like I'm like, what does that mean? Like,
AVX.
tell me.
It's
So
happening.
I can't wait. Definitely a back-to-back movie night. Probably not 4DX because we gotta save the monies.
Nah,
So
son. That Deadpool 3,
It's fucking
Deadpool
true.
Wolverine, that is a 4DX. That's a 4D X film
4DX.
all the way. Each time you're gonna have to move around, and it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna
At
be
least
wild.
once. You have to see it at least once 4DX.
Yeah, facts. Joey, you kind of brought it up a little bit that the cinematography, uh, that scene when he's kind of loading the gun and turning around, it's just crazy. It's
It's
insane.
clean.
All the Deadpool movies, if I'm honest, had like super clean little movements like that, from jumping and shooting at people to splitting a bullet in half and then killing people behind you. It's crazy. Like what went through your mind when you saw that movement and camera work, but in front of like the destructed 21st century Fox sign, which only showed the X, which was wild.
The first thing that went through my head was, "We are so back, boys." It was not even funny. We said it with Loki. We were so excited about the Marvels. We were excited about Echo, but now I think we can officially say that we are back, because it's
And
like,
July is around the corner. It's not that far.
yeah, it's already like halfway through February, bro. We're almost
Yeah,
there.
Dude,
But it is
we got a ways.
right. It was, because we've seen the set pieces from whenever the hell they leaked, the last May. So to finally get to see it in action, but also to see Marvel kind of getting back in their bag with the action sequences. I hope it's not a one-off shot. I mean, because Deadpool, the Merc with the Mouth is literally all about guns and killing people and having epic, like crazy kill scenes,
Right.
and then him throwing a quip out, right? So I'm assuming that we're going to see a bunch of those shots. But if that is just like the tip of the iceberg of what is to come, sign me the fuck up. I will buy 4 4DX seats.
Oh, let's
One
go.
for me and all my limbs. and I will be there ready, seated.
That's so
ass
good.
in.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, I'm pumped. I can't wait. I think this is going to be a very fun night, a night we've been waiting for quite some time. And
Yes.
this is definitely, like, forget like our community of comic books, geek fandom, geek culture, that subsection of comic books. I think for a lot of people, this will be the most anticipated movie in general. And
It is.
so, no pressure, Disney. You just gotta let them cook. Let Ryan cook. Let Sean cook. Just let them do their thing, and I think we'll be all right. But they just gotta let them cook.
I honestly really feel like they did that, and this teaser honestly proved that. Because I think it was Joey that had said this a while ago when we brought it up, that like he was worried that they weren't gonna let Deadpool be Deadpool. This teaser proved that 100%. Like Ryan Reynolds is returning. He's reprising the role, and it's like he never left. Like the fact that they approved the line that I'm familiar with pegging, but Disney isn't.
Right.
And it was in the trailer. Like, come on. Like, that alone, they could have ended it right there, and I'd be like, "Yep, we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a godlike Deadpool movie."
Actually changed that line in other countries to say, "Yeah, I'm something about being rated R and Disney's not ready." It was the same line, but with rated R instead of pegging.
Oh,
and just to
that's
show you
interesting.
how committed they are to making sure American audiences and the general audience knows that this is a fucking Deadpool movie. This isn't, this isn't whatever else we got before. So I think this movie is going to be so good for normies too, that aren't like ingrained with the MCU and don't know everything and haven't watched every single show, because normies know 2 things about Marvel, or I guess 3. They know Spider-Man, they know Wolverine, and they know Deadpool. That's it, and maybe
Iron
Iron
Man,
Man,
my
I
top 3
guess.
favorite characters.
Yeah, exactly. So this movie is
You're such a
made
normie,
for
Uchi.
Like, I don't care.
this
They're the
movie is
best.
made for general audiences, dude. And so I am ready for this to be billion dollar box offices where they're going to burn them all down,
Easy.
rebuild them so we can go see it.
Yep.
They're gonna need new box office.
A new box office, bro. They're gonna have to reestablish all the foundations. She's gonna go up in flames. We're gonna have to go to another planet, son. It's gonna be nuts.
That's wild. And yo, speaking of like the ratings and all that stuff, in the trailer, he actually says fuck. Like there's a part where someone gets taken away, right? And he says what the fuck, or like, oh fuck, or something like that. So like he was scared at the moment. I'm like, Disney, this is new for you. You never let these words slide in. So maybe they are letting them cook. We'll see. I'm excited. Yo, we've been smiling this whole time.
This is the fucking first time when talking about a Marvel anything that we smiled this much. Dude, God bless. Jesus is here.
The excitement is real. Like that's why, dude.
100%. I think the last time we smiled this hard smiled and cried maybe was the ending of Loki season 2, ironically, which we all love. It was just like so poetic and perfect. Bro, if we get Loki.
Oh my God. I was just about to ask Dennis. I was like, guys, what are the chances of him seeing Loki? Like we get to see Loki for like 2 seconds. They have a conversation and then he's off somewhere else.
If you think about the power that Loki has now, and if it stays true to this is happening after the events of Loki season 2, you maybe need him somehow. Could you imagine Deadpool just pulling up while Loki's sitting down, holding it down for everyone? That would be like so crazy, but I hope so, man. What do you think, Joey?
Oh my God.
It makes sense for him to interact with Loki, just because Deadpool is, one of 2 characters that can fourth wall break like that. So to have him kind of just like pop up in the World Tree would be really funny, but also to have them interact in any kind of way would be really, really cool. I don't think we'll see any other low-key characters though. Because when you think about it, like the TVA is so fucking big and we've only been focused on like 10 characters max the entire time.
Right.
So I don't think we'll see any other characters. Him and Paradox. I would love to see Loki again. I haven't heard anything about Tom Hiddleston being in the movie.
I don't want to know. I just want to see it.
I don't want to know. Yeah, just let it roll, let it be there. That's all I need. But because that would be huge. Because Loki is like top of the top for Marvel right now.
Yeah,
like especially MCU doesn't get bigger than Loki at the moment.
Dude,
technically he is the strongest superhero at the moment. Like, well, with the most power, at least.
You're forgetting Captain Carter, actually. Captain Carter is O fucking D, dude. It's not even funny.
Oh, right.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Yeah, someone in the comments is gonna be like, no dummy.
Yeah.
Right, that's fine. What? That's fine. But yeah, I hope it happens. I hope we get Loki, Tom Hiddleston just pop up, just because, man, he's just so unappreciated. I think I understand we talk about Robert Downey Jr., which we all love, and everyone else, but you got to put him in that conversation after what he delivered in season 2. So I'm hoping for it, man. Fingers crossed.
I'm telling you, I can literally imagine the scene right now where when he's doing his traversing, right? Because we already see him essentially in the same spot where they were fighting with in Age of Ultron. So it's like that to me is like, yeah, that's the one, right? So it's clear to me that I'm like, okay, he's definitely going around, right? Imagine if he ends up somehow in this world tree, we just see Loki like meditating with his eyes closed or some shit, whatever the hell he's doing. And then he's just like, excuse me, but like, where am I? And then he's like, who are you? And like, they have this whole interaction. Like, it'd be so fucking funny. And Deadpool's just like, oh my God, you have great hair. Like, I could just imagine all this dumb shit that they talk about. And like, they go back and forth and whatever is said, it's just going to be pure comic gold. And I think that's like one of the things that I'm looking forward to the most, just like with any Deadpool movie, to be honest, because just like, dude, like this character, when he has interactions with literally anybody, it's always fucking fire. So now he has a playground with more characters that are outside of just Fox. Like he's not stuck with just the X-Men realm of things, but now he can have a conversation with everybody. It's like, oh my god, I'm hoping I see a cameo from just about anybody, bro. Like you name it, I want to see it happen. Like I want to see Spider-Man. I want to see him like, oh, it's like, wait a minute, which one are you? Like, are you the Sony one? Are you the like? Oh my, nah, son. Like I just can't wait. Like I need July to be like tomorrow.
Right.
I know. According to me, we're really close.
According to you, yeah, July is fucking tomorrow.
So we'll see. Yeah, I can't wait. That's the one thing. And yeah, I mentioned it a little bit earlier with the poster, but I'm glad that they're making it well that they put the word and verse instead of verses. So it easily could have been like Deadpool versus Wolverine. People are like, what? But maybe it is Deadpool and Wolverine, and then somehow at the end they just cross it out. Now it's like versus because of what's gonna come later.
That'd be fun, like a Scott Pilgrim kind of
Exactly.
deal. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Just to mess and pull with our hearts. But it's gonna be great seeing also like the Wolverine character, because technically he's a little bit more grungy, a little bit more like he doesn't like to joke around too much. So just seeing Deadpool interact with with Wolverine is going to be just the most craziest contrast we'll see. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. I'm pumped.
We really don't know which Wolverine this is either. So
right.
It could be a super serious one, super funny one, but it also could be like the one that turns into Logan. He is Logan, but the one that becomes Logan at some point in time, right? Or this could be the one from X2 or whatever movie. So it is to be seen, because if we're going to see Patch, it could be anyone.
Ugh, I can't wait. I was gonna say, should we rate it? I don't
rate the teaser.
Yeah, the fucking trailer. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Incredibly points. And any last thoughts, Joey, on the trailer, on the teaser? Maybe any predictions?
Yeah. So Uchi had kind of touched on it prior, but and you guys both had touched on it a little bit, talking about what's really going to happen. So my biggest prediction is that Wade is going to wish to have been in the MCU, or to be in the MCU, which is then going to escalate into all of his friends and family are going to get pruned, because he has been going around and fucking with every single universe that has ever fucked him. And so all of those universes have then had to be pruned, right? Because he went back and he altered the timeline. So that's why all the 20th Century Fox stuff is done at the end of time with everything else. And that's where we're going to see Eliath. That's where we see Pyro, I think is his name, from
I saw Pyro. I was like,
that's Pyro. Yep. Right. So Pyro's there back again once again, which is so awesome that they're bringing back the original characters, right?
They have to. That's what I've been saying. Yeah. They have to.
Yeah. I think we'll see Quicksilver at some point in this. I think it's going to be a lot like in Deadpool 2, where he has to assemble a team together. And I think we're going to see a lot of those characters back, because we did see returning characters from the other Deadpool movies.
Right.
Like from X-Force, when he put together X-Force at the top and then everybody died and he went back. So it's really going to be the end game for the Fox universe, like we've talked about. But I don't think they would be willing to give the budget to get everybody back. But I think we're going to see a lot of cameos. A lot of people are going to get really good endings to their story, or we're going to find out that their stories ended well. It's really going to rectify a lot of the wrongs, or a lot of the things that Fox did to the X-Men franchise that people didn't like. So I'm just really stoked to see Blue and Yellow, Hugh Jackman back in once again, or I guess back for the first time ever. Comic accurate suit. The Deadpool suit looks amazing. I'm ready to just sit with this, because it's been 9 years, 6 years, something like that. It's been so long since we got Deadpool 2. So I'm so ready. So ready.
You're ready. Uch, what do you think? Last thoughts.
Honestly, like, I can't say it enough. I cannot wait to see this movie. There's so many implications in play. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, it's safe to say that just about anything could actually happen. But when you like try to factor in like budget, which is a very real thing to consider, at the end of the day, it's like, yo, we want to see everybody. However, I feel like that's a bullshit reason because it's Disney and they have money. Don't let them fool you. They have hella bread in the bank, so they can afford everybody. And that's it. I don't care. The budget will just go up. They have the budget. Especially if it's one film this year, I don't want to hear it. So I am fully confident that this will be like a movie that knocks people out of their freaking socks. Box office is gonna have to get rebuilt, like I said. And I literally just I cannot wait to see this movie. I might do something similar to Dennis, where I'm gonna have to get that like whatever the pre-release is, and then see it like the next morning or some shit. So like I will have seen it like so many times and like digest it and really like be like, yup, this movie is great for ABCD all the way down to Z reasons. And then it just turns into numbers and it turns into shape somehow. And it's just like, all right, bro.
And colors.
Colors. Yeah. So I can't wait. I you know what? I will say one last thing. This is kind of like relating to this, but I also hope that because of the hype around Deadpool, they re-release his game. Like so that people can like buy it again.
Yes. I would fucking love that.
Yeah. It's like I still have mine. I never got rid of mine. It's on PS3, it was on Xbox 360 as well. Same with the Wolverine game too. That was
Right.
those two games were very fun, right? And since it's Deadpool and Wolverine, what better way to like reintroduce like those games to, you know, fans alike? Because it's like I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comics or like, you know, things that people can like get their hands on to really like get involved and like dive into the universe that they have. And those games were mad fun. And if they can't even do that, then I'm hopeful that they just make a new one. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we know that Wolverine is getting his game in Insomniac.
Right.
It'd be great if they could pick up Deadpool as well, but there was a leak that happened and he's not on the list. So yeah.
Let's go. I am super excited. Last year, as a fan of movies, was a great year for movies. This year, I got stuff like Nosferatu, Dune Part 2, The Joker, number 2, that's coming out with Lady Gaga. And now this is just, I'm so excited for this year. It's going to be a fun year for movies, especially if you're a fan of comic books and superheroes. I cannot wait. And I'm excited, man. And speaking of the budget, Uch, they got Jennifer Garner back, right? As Elektra. She can't be cheap. She's probably pricey to come back, right? And so,
especially to reprise a superhero role that absolutely flopped for her.
Yeah. I'm telling you, this is their chance to right all of the wrongs. Like Joey said, from both sides, from Avengers side and from the Fox side with X-Men and all these other Fox characters. Like, dude, if we see the other Daredevil, if we see
Ben Affleck, please.
if we see Ben Affleck, like, come on.
Wow.
Please.
Like, and also, you know what, side tangent? I just want to let you guys know, or remind folks that are listening, watching, the power of Deadpool is so strong that he loopholed DC involvement and shot himself to prevent Green Lantern from happening.
That's
what
true.
other character? You don't see no one from DC doing that for fucking Marvel. All right, you'll never see it happening because they're still trying to build their shit up to begin with. All right, so we got this. Deadpool's OD.
I want to see David Hasselhoff come back as Nick Fury in this movie just once. For the one-off, he had a movie back in the 90s as Nick Fury. I need him.
Know that.
Oh yeah, it's super obscure. Nobody cares about it. But I need David Hasselhoff in this movie.
That'd be so random, but I could see it happening in Deadpool.
It would be perfect because nobody'd be expecting it. I think like the last time David Hasselhoff was on the silver screen was like fucking the SpongeBob SquarePants movie where he played his role in that shit. So I need that. I need it. Give me all the weird ass cameos that nobody remembers.
Right. I want Brad Pitt as Vanisher just to pop up.
Yeah, I remember that.
That'd be cool if that happens. And why not? Just throw in Nicolas Cage because apparently he's everyone everywhere and he's all kinds
he's Ghost Rider, bro. If we have Ghost Rider come in,
he's Spider-Man Noir. He's Superman. He's everything. So Yeah, let's get them up there. I'm excited. The thing that will make me super happy is some sort of correlation, or just like not even correlation, but some way of bringing in the X-Men animated series.
Dude,
and so
yes,
that's
it's happening. It's already happening.
Has to happen.
Charles in the yellow chair, Beast in the coat.
Facts.
Hugh is in the yellow and blue. Like, bro, it's 97 is coming out. Like, it's right there in front of us.
Yeah,
it's happening.
And what I need is a video of Uchi losing his mind when he sees Rogue on that screen. That's what I need. Crystal, I know you're listening. We need it. So I don't know how we got to set that up, but we need it, bro. We need it.
Man, we're gonna. So here the plan is we need to have Incredibly at the level to where we get like early like screeners sent to us, and then we can record reactions ahead of time and not have to worry about getting thrown out of a theater doing it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for you today. If you love movies, subscribe to Skip the Previews, my YouTube channel, where I share movies that I watch, and now I have 100 subscribers. So thank you so much.
Shout outs.
That's crazy. Big milestone. Joey, where can people find you?
You can find me over on twitter.com/my-pace, or honestly, just right here on Incredibly.
Nice.
Every week, Wednesdays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel. Uchi and I just have so much fun every week. He's 2 for 2 in our quizzes.
That's right.
I might be able to stump him this week. We'll see. We're gonna have a snow day tomorrow, so I'm gonna have extra brain power just sitting and stewing to stump the boys. So we'll see. Join us Wednesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, Incredibly Show on YouTube. Be there.
Hit the notification bell. You need it. Uchi, where can people find you?
Yo, you guys already know. You can plant the seeds so you can get them trees. You know what I'm saying? The link tree, of course, it has all my socials, all the channels, everything that I'm doing over there. So there's a lot of projects and coming up. You know, Full Power Podcast, Power Rangers Academia got something cooking up. That's coming out very soon. Yeah, and then my main channel is essentially, well, we'll get at the Deadpool reaction that's coming out, but I might start doing wrestling stuff on there because you know there's a lot of stuff that's happening in wrestling. So yeah, what better way to talk about it outside of randomly throwing in things here and no one knows what the hell we're talking about. You know? So yeah, but of course, like Joey said, 10:30 Eastern on Wednesdays, right here on Incredibly.
And wrestling is coming to Netflix
next year.
You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah,
yeah. That is a humongous topic, but yeah.
Yeah, I have things that I want to say, but I'm not going to mention it. So let's wrap it for another day.
Another day.
We should just prototype a wrestling episode.
Incredibly wrestling. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. Joey's like, all right, scripted. All right. So remember to drop a comment and follow us on our socials to stay up to date when our next episode drops, or when we're gonna go live, maybe talk about wrestling too. Please leave us a review on your favorite podcast player. And remember, you can find all the links we mentioned today in the description below. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.